Hi everyone, my name is Monica Oyugi. I'm a quality assurance engineer and a Python developer. I'll basically do Django, create APIs using backend.
What areas of the Python community are you involved with?
Of my areas expertise with Python community is that I'm the lead organizer for Python Kenya, Kenya in Africa, and I've been doing this for 3 years. I got in as a co-lead and now I'm the lead. And I just feel good organizing this because from the experience that I've got for the last 2 years, we've able to have monthly meetups and we've able to pull up a huge number of events. We have a meetup group where all our Pythonistas meet. We have a WhatsApp group. We also have our Telegram channel where everybody in the community just come to help one another. We have hackathons happening inbound among us, and we also have lots of activities in at least every month. We kind of try as Python Kenya, meet up with people, and we have speakers aligned. And these events have been a changer for anyone who wants to get into Python in Kenya and in East Africa.
What is your experience working with the PSF or other boards?
At the moment, I don't have any experience working with PSF. Mostly involved in a valuable experience trying to strategize budgeting and collaboration for my community, for PyCon Kenya, as I had mentioned earlier. So I'm looking forward to stretch my expertise to the PSF board because of other things that I thought I would come and bring in. That is how I'm involved in the PSF.
What changes do you want to implement on the PSF board? And is this your motivation for running?
Some of the challenges that I want to implement on the PSF board for me running for this role is that I would like PSF board to have and provide more resources for most countries and regions events, as we have user groups in Kenya as well, and other community within Africa and other regions as well. So if we can have a budget template, a code of conduct that can cut across all these regions in the country. Because I remember when we were starting to organize PyCon Kenya in 2022, we did have a template that could guide us in terms of budgeting, code of conduct. Our office hours could work. I could say we struggled on our own, but I'm glad we made it. And if PSF board can provide all these things in prior, it could really help smoothen our process of organizing events and also make it easier for people to join and volunteer for our events. Another thing I would love to implement is to establish a sponsorship tier that will support all the region and Python events so that we have a visibility of this is the amount of money that's supposed to be escalated or scheduled for this particular group in order for them to improve the process of maybe responding to all those requests when you need the grants for organizing our event. Another thing is the process of responding to the grant application. So I would love this to be visible as well and faster, because the time taken for when someone applies for a grant and to the time they're gonna get their visa, if the period takes shorter, so that enable people from outside US and other parts of the world to enable them have ample time to go and apply and get their visas in time in order for them to attend the event. Yeah, and also to create transparency and accountability in terms of what needs to be done for them to apply for the event. Another critical thing that I thought about was to have a tracking system for all the submission in regardless to the grants time, because this will enable people to have a good implementation system of how they can be able to access the grant in time. If they have an issue, they can be able to submit a ticket, and then the ticket can be raised to the PSF team, and then they can be able to respond. There's a dedicated team to respond to this person about their ticket, to tell them how it is. I think that will be a very good thing to make it faster and make it transparent for accountability and implementation of the submissions that have been submitted by our users. Another thing that I've really wanted to talk about is the website. I wish we could redesign our website. I don't know how long it's been there, but from the time and research I've taken to speak to some of the PSF board members, I think it's been up more than 5 years. If you can just design the website, and being a developer as well, I can be able to offer my expertise and technical skills as a quality assurance engineer just to drive to the redesign of the website. And lastly, I would love us to have an educational work group which will increase the visibility and intake of more volunteers and our users in the Python community. So PyCon Kenya, we feel so empowered to have built this community, particularly in underrepresented African countries. And we believe that our adequacy and everything that we're doing could be represented on PSF as a board. So back to the education work groups, this could be an academy where we have talks uploaded or any other documentation that needed for people who are coming in to know more about PSF board, what we do, and what's in and what other people have done before, right? Yeah, and there's a communication part of the website that I saw. So we need to enhance this by either having that part of documentation there and also find a way on how to collect more stories. Like recently when I attended PyCon US, I realized that many people have written their blogs, and how can we bring all this into one platform to make sure that if somebody needs to know how people's experience were at the event, we have all this documented in our platform as PSF on the website.
What other impact do you hope to make as a board member?
I would love to represent my African community. We, as I mentioned earlier, I feel like we are underrepresented because they're Black, and my impact for joining PSF board will be a huge impact because I'll be representing the African Python community as a woman in tech and a quality assurance and also part of the mobile development. I feel like we need to be our own representatives. Like I'll be the champion lead for Africa in women in tech. I am a certified women in tech makers in the Google ecosystem. So I will use that. I've been using that to champion more women to come into coding, and also I'm a big advocacy for Python programming language in the Women Tech Makers group. So being a representative for the African community is gonna help me impact more as a board member when I join. Another thing that I would love to do is also to use my technical skills and help in decision-making process to identify opportunities for the PSF members to support and engage in more and better, broader community in the Python ecosystem. Yeah, so those are the things that I would hope to do when I join the board, and hope it goes well. Thank you.